This is my organization presentation for Management 101 W02-51962 Introduction to Business by me, Samarth Kamatam. What is a business? Business is the activity of providing goods or services to get something in greater in return, or known as a profit. It uses multiple resources like labor, capital, and materials to meet the consumer's demands. Whether it's a local mom and pop shop to a big corporation like BlackRock, the main goal of business is to provide something while making money. Business ethics. Business ethics is the moral principles that guides how a business should behave. It's not just about abiding the law, skimming the rules, and finding loopholes, but rather doing what's morally correct. Ethical businesses try their best to treat employees, customers, and everyone else involved equally, aiming to be ethical in their business habits and also building the business's reputation as a whole. Ethical concerns that arise businesses. Honesty and transparency. Being transparent on things like side effects on your product, avoiding false advertising, and not lying on your financial reports show that you're honest with your consumers and that you're a trustworthy business. Fairness, not allowing things like harassment in the workplace or discrimination in the hiring process, being equal to all, as seen as in the ethics slide as well. Environmental issues, refraining from using harmful chemicals in your products that can damage the ozone layer, such as CFCs, HCFCs, or greenhouse gases that heat up the earth, contribute to global warming rampantly, and refrain from using them in the production distribution of your product. Corruption, such as inside trading, cheating your way up the ladder, and suppressing the voices of your employees. And customer privacy concerns, like when it comes to making personal data, you don't want to sell it to other people without the customer's consent and make the customer's private data public knowledge. Comparison and contrast of strategies. On the global scale, businesses use a wide variety of strategies. The global strategy is offering the same product worldwide, which is great for expanding your business and just getting it out there to anybody and everybody, and it's much more cheaper. However, a multi-domestic strategy means making products to different countries in different ways and appealing to each sort of country's style and culture. Like in India, you might have Lay's masala chips, and in America and in Canada, you might have ketchup flavored chips. Those little differences make up a great margin, but it also costs more to produce. More types of these strategies are exporting, which send goods or services to other countries, licensing and franchising, which lets others use and sell your brand or product, joint ventures, where big companies partner with smaller local businesses, and subsidiaries, where companies owns the foreign operation entirely for full vertical control. What are the functions of management? The first, planning. This is what I like to call the first stage. It's where all the management fundamentally starts. Planning is when you set goals, both short and long term, and it decides the best ways to achieve those goals. This function also includes making a backup plan and planning for setbacks. You never know what you might run into, and it's always best to have a plan. The next function is organizing. Arranging resources, finances, equipment, and more are all part of the organization function. This function uh, it tends to aid the implementation of the plan, creating departments, assigning tasks, and deciding the place people fall into the hierarchy uh, are also things that all happen in this function. Leading. Managers guide employees while carrying out the company's goals and vision. This function is about making the vision, maintaining the structure, and building morale within the company. The last function of business is called controlling. Controlling is a function about seeing how well the organization is meeting its goals. Managers of the company to make sure everyone stays on track, doesn't stray off path. Mainly, this comes from overseeing the company's work. What are the levels of management? Top management, these are the most important people of the company: CEOs, presidents, etc. They're responsible for setting long term strategies, making the big decisions for the company, and showing the stakeholders the results. The next level of management, right below them, is the middle management. These are the managers that implement the plans developed by the top management and oversee the first line managers and report their findings to top management. Most importantly, they develop and implement activities. The majority of the company falls under the category of first line managers, management, or under that umbrella. These managers oversee normal day to day operations and are involved in non managerial tasks and make sure tasks are carried out efficiently by supervising the operations. Organization models. Organization model, there are three main types of organization models. Line organization has a clear defined structure flowing from top to bottom. It's good for small businesses that doesn't have a lot of structure yet, doesn't have clearly unique own structure and follows a normal hierarchy. But when the company starts to grow, it becomes rigid because you need more departments and things to handle other jobs. Line and staff organization. Add staff specialists, more departments and jobs for other people, mainly to aid line managers. This model is the line organization, but with extra people along the way. The last organization model, and the most complex, is matrix organization. Employees report to two managers, which allow for more flexibility between employees and also promotes teamwork and innovation. But this could create some confusion and lead to a power struggle. Now, this isn't per se a model, but it's a lot of things that these organizations implement to boost their productivity. And this is cross functional teams. Groups made of employees from different departments working together towards a common goal. While being temporary, it also promotes innovation and teamwork. Production of quality goods and services. Producing quality goods and services is essential to the customer satisfaction and reflects on the business's overall success in the end. As production varies from company to company, no matter what is being offered from the company, they can implement some of these strategies to ensure the production of quality goods and services. When I was making this slide, uh, the the way you can implement these strategies is such a vast range that describing just the production of one product isn't enough to cover the entire scope. So these strategies cover more so of a grand scope of things, which you can then implement on basically any goods or services. Uh, first, uh, the first strategy is quality assurance, preventing defects by paying more attention to the production process. Next one is quality control, inspecting and testing products after being manufactured to find out the problems with the product before reaching it to the customer. The next step is lean production, minimizing waste while maximizing efficiency. Six Sigma. It's a strategy that uses statistics and data to reduce defects pinpointing the problems, and improving the process of production to near perfection. Continuously improving. Now, this is a more vague thing because from the title you can see all companies continuously improve. But what I'm referring to here is by taking the company employees' voices into account to make the production and quality of the products greater. Just say an employee has an opinion on something on how this can be done more efficiently. Management tries to implement it. After doing a series of tests, if it runs good, they implement it fully. Components of human resources management. The first component is recruitment and selection. Hiring the right people for the job, ensuring that their qualifications are in order, and most importantly, not discriminating, whether it be race, sex, or age. Training and development. Providing learning opportunities to employees and making sure that they can actually handle the job. If there's a new update along the way, or for example, when computers are being introduced, that would be a part of training and development. You need to teach your employees how to use computers. Well, back then they needed to learn how to use computers. And then over time, the organization will grow with the newfound technology. Performance management. Setting expectations, giving feedback, and seeing if the results are up to par. Compensation and benefits. Offering dental plans, health insurance, retirement plans like 401k, Roth IRA, and other perks to retain the employees to make sure that they don't go to another company with, for say, better bonuses or a dental plan, and could also attract some newcomers because of these perks too. Employee relations, overseeing that the workplace environment is healthy and safe for all. Again, ensuring that discrimination is not there and that everyone is feeling okay and like this is a place to work and not a place to fool around. After all, the main goal for a business is to produce good quality goods and services and to give that to the customer in return for a profit. So, making sure that the employees are on task and can work in the time frame that they are is essential to keeping productivity up. BJ's Warehouse. A short definition of BJ's Warehouse and what sector they're in is BJ's Wholesale Club is the retail warehouse club sector, having bulk goods at cheaper prices or discounted or lowered or whatever you want to say to its members. Stock symbol and price. For this slide, it's focusing on June 6th. So on the right image, you can see June 6th, and the bottom one I included so they could see the monetary growth on the left side of the y-axis. The stock symbol of BJ's Warehouse is BJ, and it runs on the New York Stock Exchange. As of June 6th, the beginning of the day, it was at its lowest at 9:30 a.m. at $109.06, then slowly rising to reach its peak at $111.41. Then at 2:20 p.m. and ending off the day at $111.11 at 5 p.m. Now this is a slide where we answer the question, what is BJ's Warehouse all about? BJ's Wholesale Club is a warehouse club operator in the eastern part of the United States, focusing on retail. It operates on a membership-based system, and it offers groceries, fresh meat, merchandise, gas from the gas pump or stations or whatever you want to say outside of it. And it's basically just another version of Costco and Sam's Club, but on the east side of the U.S., whereas Costco and Sam's are sparsely spread throughout the US. BJ's ethical and social responsibility statement. Now, BJ's does have a ethical and social responsibility statement, and it's broken down into multiple sections, such as compliance with laws and regulation, overtime pay, benefits and wages, forced labor, child labor, safety and health, workers' insurance, and equal opportunity for all. The organizational structure of BJ's. The organizational structure of BJ's is a line and staff structure, having clear authoritative positions like line managers, while also having specialized sections and departments like human resources and legal. Corporate HQ and Marlboro MA overseeing all the planning, finance, and the big company decisions, as seen in the higher levels of management. Uh, More local clusters of BJ's Wholesale have more local/regional clusters of BJ's Wholesale have cross-functional teams, which was a method that I mentioned before, which oversee operations, ensuring productivity and customer service, thus ensuring customer satisfaction. This is the management structure of BJ's. The top level management consists of the CEO, which is Bobby Eddy, and a team of executive vice presidents. The top level is responsible for setting company wide goals, initiatives, and presenting results to stakeholders. Middle management. This is all the vice presidents, operations managers who oversee multiple different clubs and regions. This level carries out the top level's visions, goals, and ideas and brings it to the lower levels. First line managers. Club/store managers and assistant managers are given to each and every individual location. Supervise day-to-day stuff like making sure fresh food is in stock, front to end checkout is running smoothly, and that the main employees are maintaining their company image. Also keep their subordinates in check by overseeing their operations and making sure that everything is running smoothly in general. The description of products and services at BJ's. As BJ's is a wholesale club on a membership basis, it's primarily includes bulk groceries, fresh produce, meat, dairy, electronics, furniture, and groceries which are sold at a discounted price to their members. There are also in-store brands such as Wellsey Farms groceries and Berkeley Junction, which is their merchandise. There are also other services at certain BJ's locations, uh, such as fuel stations, optometrists, delis, bakeries, propane, auto parts, and travel benefits. Finally, it's worth noting that they have a day delivery option on the app, which allows people to order an array of goods from BJ's and not even have to actually leave their house. Their main competitor, Costco. Costco is the largest warehouse club in the whole world, with more than triple the amount of BJ's stores. This is BJ's most direct competitor. It offers the same things that BJ's has and operates on selling bulk items at a lowered price to members. Costco also has its in store brand, Kirkland Signature. Costco also has location special services like BJ's, offering everything that BJ's has to offer and also a pharmacy. They also have the same app system, and a similar delivery system. However, the main difference and the main thing that Costco has over BJ's is that Costco's international reach, having much more effect globally and being offered in 13 different countries. Second competitor, Sam's Club. Sam's Club is owned by Walmart Inc. and has twice the number of stores that BJ's has, which are spread sparsely throughout the U.S. While BJ's is mainly in the East Coast, having stores spread across the U.S. is an advantage for Sam's Club. They also have their own in-store brand, Members Mark, which offers the same things BJ's does, bulk goods for discounted prices to members. Now, all the services Sam's Club offers are the same to BJ's, except that BJ's has a fuel service as well. The prices are also a little more discounted at Sam's Club, as they're working under Walmart, and Walmart has more discounted prices. Seeming that the company pushes for lower prices over other things that BJ's has to offer. They also have a similar app-like system for ordering things. However, Sam's Club is different because they have their scan and go system, which is when you're in the store. This is a big technological advantage for Sam's. The works cited page, this is where I got all my information from. For the first one, it's the BJ Wholesale Club Code of Ethics written in 2018 for U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. This was for part one of the presentation. Same with part two, Market Watch, BJ's, basically the stock market watch. That's where I got all the graphs from in part one. BJ's Wholesale Club, investor overview, stuff like that. It's for the stakeholders too. It was the managerial structure of BJ's, organizational structure, and listing of what BJ's does as a whole, company as a whole. And then there's Sam's Club, which is just all about Sam's Club. And then there's Costco, which is Costco, where I got my information for both Sam's Club and Costco.